Greetings and salutations. It's been a long time, hasn't it? The Impromptu Podcast has returned. I am joined by none other than returning guest, Dippy-kun, and newcomers, Sonoshi and Jack One-san. How you guys doing today? Oh shit, let me
Not too bad.
I'm doing good.
That's good to hear.
Howdy.
So
Not
it's
too
been
bad,
a
not
very,
too
very long time since we've done one of these things. Had a lot of computer issues going on, but they've all been finally fully resolved.
Oh, nice.
Progress.
Yes. A lot of things have changed, a lot people have come, people have gone, but eventually all things return.
Life moves on, and so do we.
Yep.
Except Dippy-kun, who's still got himself muted.
He's still
I'm
what?
still here. I'm just chilling.
So, starting things up how we usually do things. We'll start with what everyone's been playing lately, or watching, or anything like that. And who wants to start first?
I suppose I'll get the ball rolling. I've really just been training for the 3 games I'm entering for Combo Breaker, Rev 2, Tekken 7, Dragon Ball Fighters. Also watching tons and tons of videos of Dagoro playing Raven, trying to learn whatever I can. It's been rough, I'll be honest. Like, these 3 games have been rough, especially Fighters. Net play? Oh man.
Oh yeah, that's a game.
I've never had a game that's made me hate net play more until I played Fighters, and I remembered why. Yikes. What a game. Jesus.
It's a little bit funny that it's a game that has, you know, like Saiyajin, they're monkeys, and yet the people who play that game tend to usually be monkeys.
Yeah. Oh, what's that? Neutral? That doesn't exist. Neutral does not exist, let's be honest here.
No.
Luckily, the other 2 games are a lot more faithful. I can actually use my brain when playing Tekken.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got like 300 moves.
Yeah, and I'm only gonna use like, what, 7?
Something like that. I think it's like 15 at most.
Yeah, I think like the max is around... It doesn't even hit 20. Like, if you're playing any character, you're not using more than at least 20. Oh, what's that? Kazuya? All you need is Electric Wind God Fist. But that's really all I've been doing. Just trying to prepare for next week.
Hopefully everything goes well.
I hope.
I actually really wanted to go to Combo Breaker, but I ended up not having a means to get to there and so on. But that's alright, it's all good.
And there's always next year.
Yep.
Yeah, like, I'm technically registered for Guilty Gear and Skullgirls, but I ain't showing up.
Dude, I might as well just Airbnb because the people who I was supposed to room with, literally, after I talked about, I'll talk about on my half,
Yeah.
but some shit went down, but I'm not gonna say what. Yeah, on my part. If you guys want me to start it though, it's up to y'all.
You know what? You got the segue, you fucking take it, man.
All right.
Yeah, you took that joke like a champ.
So basically, my month was pretty rough. Had work. Work was great. Work is fun. People, my workplace talks about anime and video games, and we're in like a restaurant, like pub thing, and we all play video games. There's even a game room downstairs.
Oh wow.
Where my kitchen manager sets it up, and there's like a bunch of games that we play, like during our breaks. So, and it's a fun time. And that's where I practice BB tag and a bunch of my stuff. So, if you think I'm not grinding, think again.
He's even
Coming for
grinding
you,
while
Lux,
getting
I'm
that
coming.
bread.
But besides that, I've been watching a lot of animes that I cannot remember names of because I was very bored and I did a random select.
Understand.
But I enjoyed. I was watching Dora. That's the one I was actually curious about the most. That one was pretty good.
Oh, Dorara?
Yes.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Some people said it wasn't their favorite.
Yeah, I heard you say Dora, so I was.
No, I said it wrong. Yes, my
Okay.
pronunciation is pretty bad.
Okay.
It's all
The
good.
Explorer? Hype.
Yo, Dora the Explorer anime, yo, what?
Dora the Explorer is my favorite anime.
Yo, make it gritty as all hell, man. It would be sick.
Man, that adaptation was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I've been watching Game of Thrones. Yes, I've pretty much.
Whoa, no.
I've binged it. I've watched it since season 1. Read the books when I was season 3, and then I understand why people want it to be rewritten, but at the same time, I'm like, it's ending already. There's no point. They already filmed everything way before we even know it.
Mhm.
So you know what I mean. People are pretty sad about that.
Some
They could be
things
salty
have to
forever.
live.
I cannot wait to see what happens at the end, honestly,
Mhm.
and enjoy that. I've been seeing a lot of movies also. Endgame was great. Oh
Yeah.
boy, Endgame was so good. Ah man.
Yeah.
But yeah, family stuff. Yeah, that's where my broski he's getting treated, but at the same time he is at home right now. He is think he got cancer. I don't know what stage it is.
That's unfortunate.
And as much as I want to stay back and be with him, he told me to just go to Combo Breaker. Like he wants me to go out there. He watches my streams. He watches fighting games. He plays fighting games. He trains me for fighting games. He goes to work and all that stuff and raps. Like I understand why he wants me to go. Because if I don't go, I'm not really going to. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those situations where, like, if he really wants you to go, I'd say he's serious.
I said I will do it.
Play your heart out, man.
That's what I wanted to do. I
not for
I
yourself,
love
for
fighting
him.
games. I love fighting games. It wasn't for him who got me to play Killer Instinct or Bloody Roar or Power Stone or any other fighting game, I would not be here today. And I thank him and I love him. It wasn't for him, honestly.
Bless up.
Bless up, man. Then you got play your heart out, man. Play your heart out.
Yeah. I actually cannot wait. Oh my god. Comic is next week and I literally like take a second to just say like I came back from a tournament, Blaze Blue tournament that was happening. Everyone was just powering up for Evo apparently.
Wow.
From what I can gather from that place.
Wow.
Lost the first round because I wasn't sure how to play because I've touched that game in like 4 months. And ran a train and lost to a high level, like the most. When I say this, guys, in the stream chat or watch this on YouTube, high IQ, super like galaxy cosmic fusion dance brain of a match with a Tiger player that is so nutty that I had to be more nuttier than he was, and it went on and on. We literally, even the funny thing was the PS4 crashed a few times when we were trying to fight each other. That's how the funniest part was too as well. We had to reset the match like 3 to 2 times.
Oh,
You know
dude,
me
I,
like sex.
It was so good. It was so good. It felt like we were literally two power hungry gorillas. Like how Broly and Goku just like
oh man.
it was one of those.
That's nuts.
Honestly. And I never felt that much of a rush competing in a Blaze Blue offline setting. It was so good to just be back at the game again. Like, I just can't wait for Evo because I'm going there. I already read. I'm ready about to reg. I'm about to book that hotel and I'm gonna go in. Oh, I want that Rebel spot so hard. You have no idea.
I'd love to go to Evo as well, but I can only choose one tournament for the year.
Yeah.
Feels bad GoFund me for Saito to go to Evo. Start it up,
GoFundMe
guys.
Yeah, can we get a GoFundMe for
$10
Saito and I
here,
to
can
go?
I get $10?
I'd go, but it's my granddad's like 70th, so I don't have a choice.
Right.
That's good.
Like every 5
That's
years,
fair.
you gotta show up for that shit. So
Yeah, it's the 5-year rule.
Thankfully, my grandma's at the end of the month of August, so yeah, we both have that matchup. I'll have to high five you on that.
Yeah.
Oh man, so yeah, pretty much it. That's how my month has been.
alright, I guess that leaves me, huh? Done it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm Jack and Nason. Y'all are gonna call me Clint.
Okay.
Alright.
Cool. Now we got that out the way. I guess I do a podcast called Jump Cancel, and I play Guilty Gear and Skullgirls. And
Good taste. Good taste.
mostly Guilty Gear right now because there's some guys in my city I want to beat, and I haven't really practiced Skullgirls since like fucking pre-final exams, so that's been shitty.
Aw.
But yeah, I did recently played my first time through Undertale, so that was fun.
Whoa, buddy.
Yeah.
Which
did,
version?
Oh boy, spicy.
Which version you playing?
I did the Pacifist,
I mean, like format.
PC, Steam.
Okay, so let's say the official version.
Yeah.
The other versions are inferior, I guess, from Saito's point of view.
Slightly, mostly because of the fourth wall stuff. It's not as good.
Mm.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're
That
saying.
is true.
Yeah. Yeah, and I played that shit on my hitbox because it was around.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I mean, it's basically playing keyboard anyways, because the game
Basically,
is
yeah.
default on keyboard.
Yeah.
This man is a god.
I beat Sans with a stick when I first played it.
Like, I could see somebody animating you actually being on her and just like Char, just having a fight stick and beating his head with it or something.
I somehow managed to beat
And
Sigma.
you just see them like, ugh, get out of my face or something.
There
Oh my god, that needs to be a gift.
are a few things I won't just play on whatever's closest to me.
Oh man.
Ah,
Hopefully you get to Deltarune.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, for shit I've been watching, the anime of the season's called Nande Koko ni Sensei ga. That's been the best so far. That's pretty much it. I did catch up a little bit to Game of Thrones. I'm not caught up to the last couple weeks, but I'll do that this weekend. I can make it for it.
You'll get it. You'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I only got like 3 hours to watch. So I'm
Yeah,
good.
you'll be fine. You can get that done tomorrow.
Yeah.
Aye.
Other than that, fucking work grind. Paper.
The grind that never ends.
No. It's either work or school or work or school.
Yep. I feel that on a personal level.
Yeah.
Thankfully I'm finished school, so I can understand your pain. Just do 1,000 deaths with Akuma, you're fine.
As in, like, you die 1,000 times?
No,
Dark Souls, man, that's Dark Souls.
Yeah,
I'm looking at 1,000.
It'd be like that.
they really do. Oh man, I am really not ready for next week.
I guess as for myself, this is probably good for a good while. Every single time I ever start doing this, my first game I'm gonna mention that I'm playing is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That's gonna be the first thing I always mention. But as for other things I've been playing lately, it's been Rockman Classics Collection 2.
Good taste. Good taste.
It was on.
Been there for you.
Yeah, it was on the sale. They had the Golden Week sale on in the Japanese eShop, and I had a lot of like gold coins on there too. So I got it for like not even 400 like yen when it was already
Damn.
it was already brought down to something like 1,200. So I cut it down a lot.
I should have just hopped on that.
Yeah.
See, that's always a good deal. You can never go wrong with some Rockman.
And then I also, because they had this, they had like a new update with like a battle mode and stuff for Taiko no Tatsujin Nintendo Switch version. Yeah, they added a battle mode, and they also added a few more like DLC things, like a Dragon Ball pack and stuff like that. So I downloaded that shit too.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah. What's kind of funny is that when it comes to Rockman Classics Collection, as far as I know, it never got a physical release. So when I download it, it actually technically shows up as Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. Like, it shows up as that. But because, for example, I mentioned this because of the fact that Rockman X...
yeah, the Rockman X collections got physical releases.
Yeah, both 1 and 2. And when I put in the X Collection 2 cartridge and stuff, they actually signify as those specific games. But I guess for games that are like digital only, they just kind of become like that thing. That's it.
Yeah, they're like a standardized version.
Yeah. But it runs well. It's just the only thing different about it is that because there's a Japanese version, it just defaults to Japanese language, but I can just choose whatever.
Okay. Circle confirms or? Circle confirms or?
A button, since it's on the right. Like, it's on the spot where circle would be on a PlayStation controller, but it's just A button for everything for the Switch. Or the one of those arrow buttons if you're playing like sideways Joy-Con and hitting yourself.
Let's not do that.
Yeah,
On
don't do
the
that.
Switch,
Yeah.
every game on the Switch has to be played split Joy-Cons, and your arms have to be spread out, and you basically have to get on a bed and starfish yourself. That's,
Or upside down and try to survive the blood rush.
that's how I do it.
I play
Actually, you have to be spinning 360 degrees at a velocity of 2.5 kilometers per hour, while also trying to balance 8 plates across your head and enter the 4th dimension. Get it right, guys.
That's how you unlock Zero.
And that's how you unlock Zero in Mega Man, guys.
in the Mega Man Classic Collection. That's how you got it. I hope no one doesn't do that. Actually, it gets on the news.
No, fucking,
Oh my god, that'd be OD.
fucking do that shit. Collect your clout.
Dude, that
Yeah,
is
get your clout.
clout. That is clout IQ level. Does it? Puts it on TikTok.
Oh no.
But remember, 2.5 kilometers per hour. Jeez.
Yeah, let's see. That's
There are no roads.
it's like 9 meters a second. Man.
Yeah, I'd rather not do that. That seems mighty dangerous. You know what I'd rather take? Unblockable mix-ups from Soul on Wake Up. I'd rather take that.
Radar.
Same. As for Smash Bros. Ultimate, I've been teetering back and forth between like who I really want to like main. Like I remember starting out like I wanted to go Dark Samus, that didn't go well because I just don't like how she feels. I went to Daisy because I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna suffer and play a character that's hard to use, I'm gonna play a top tier. And then I started playing Daisy and I started realizing that she may be good against a lot of top tier characters, but it's the mid tiers and lower that's the big issue with her. Like people like, especially like sword characters that have a little more range, or people will pick like big body characters that still have like some viability, like Ganondorf and stuff. And it's like, oh shit, she doesn't do so well. So then I go back to Samus, and it's like, oh shit, this is working well with everything except for like very fringe matchups. But what's even more hilarious is that people will be like, yo, oh no. Nowadays everyone's like kind of complaining about like the new thing right now is Olimar hate, and I'm sitting there thinking like, huh, this character's not a problem for me for some reason. I think the only
That's how people battle him is the problem. I guess the matchup issue that the characters that people play.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with them. I play Kirby, Lucina, and Cloud. I have no problem.
There's your first issue. You play Cloud, so you have no problem with the matchup. Everyone will tell you that.
I mean,
Yeah, I'll pick Cloud on no hesitation if I see an Olimar.
I mean, I'd say pick Lucina first before Cloud because she's like objectively better in every way.
No, for real, she is. But like, at times when I know that I feel like I could win, I'll just use Cloud because it's straight up like nair to down nair.
Yeah.
Throw him off the screen. Edge guard backwards. Done.
Yeah.
Charge, taunt, run away. Oh my god, I those are my 3 characters that I main, that I locked in and I'm not switching.
Mm-hmm.
Joker is mid-tier at best.
He's a character that I feel he's not terrible. I'd say mid-tier, but I feel like he can gimmick people out pretty easily because he's got some like rare stupid shit. But at the same time,
put him in Guilty Gear.
Huh?
He has gimmick stuff. Put him in Guilty Gear or any Arxis game. It works.
Yeah.
Wait, an Arxis game with Joker in it?
Dude, I'd play him. Yo.
Where's P5 Arena, guys?
Oh God, please no! I don't want to see that.
I thought it was going to be P5 Rumble. I thought it was going to be P5 Slam.
Yeah, all of you just got completely baited.
When I saw Royal, dude, I was like, bet.
Sorry guys, it's a Muso game.
Ha ha ha.
Now when I saw that, I was like, it's not my cup of tea anymore.
Muso games? Come on guys, I thought we were better than this.
I mean, basically.
But when I saw Royale, dude, I'm like, yo, I'm like, when I saw Kassim, I'm like, someone's gonna draw her naked, and it's gonna happen eventually. You know what happened? The first like 10 or 3 hours later, I found some Rule 34.
Hey, artists.
I freaking knew it. I was like,
Oh
yo,
shit! Is this what I think is going on? I think we might have a new challenger.
Huh?
hmm?
Might have someone, a 5th person coming in.
Well, how about that?
Excellent. Yo, Grand Blue boys. Yo, who ready for that?
It looks great. Honestly, it looks really pretty and whatnot, but I definitely know I can't pick it up.
I'm gonna just play it for the sake of like Lancelot, so I could just be like him, just literally look at like him, be so serious. Then when he does his pose, I do the same pose to everyone, like GG's. I just want to be that guy when I play that game. Oh man.
Like I was having a discussion with a friend, because I had actually put like a post up earlier talking about some of, not complaints, but just things I wasn't fond of about Grand Blue. It seems like a really good game if you want to get into the fighting game genre, and I'm sure that we're all gonna find some nutty, crazy, absolute, just flat out horseshit later on down the line, but right now I'm not sold. It looks slow, it looks pretty clunky, and I'll be honest, that whole cooldown on special moves, I don't want to cool down for my invincible
direct
reversal.
inputs actually cool it down, which is actually pretty tasteful, honestly. Like there's not many games that do that.
Yeah, for me, I'm pretty locked into just doing Guilty Gear and Skullgirls.
I'm not picking it up seriously. I'm just like, I just want to play it for the hell of it.
Yeah, I can understand it. Like,
but my main is not in there yet, so I don't even know if I want to. Besides Catalina, which she just literally looks like Charlotte, but more of a Easy-Oi DP.
See, and I saw that, and I was plays like my girl Easy-Oi, so I might have to pick it up, but
Like that DP alone made me laugh. I was just like, yo, if I do this to somebody on that plane, they're gonna quit. Can't wait. Can't wait, bro.
Yeah, I've tried to make a few people quit in net play. Things. It usually ends up with me giving them advice, so. it's not what I wanted.
Oh man.
Look, giving net play players advice is like borderline impossible.
Giving net players advice is like saying you're getting arrested by a cop for nothing.
Yeah,
It really feels like that.
I don't know what to say most of these scenarios. They call my character bullshit, and then I say instant block throw, and then they make up some excuse.
Yeah. Oh, I've been playing For Honor, by the way. I got pretty addicted because my workplace has a group night of playing For Honor, like every other week, and that game just got me hooked again.
That game has taught me the importance of, hey, maybe you should stop rushing in 24/7, and I've applied it to every other game, and it's done no good.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Because you know what? Yeah, maybe you're not supposed to rush in. That doesn't mean your opponent can't.
Yeah.
So now I just treat For Honor like everyone there is Bardock, and I just sit there and wait.
You're gonna.
You're the one who's gonna die! Oh man, I don't think anyone... If you want to comprehend fear, just imagine, full screen, you press one button and then you hear, you're not gonna get away with this. Oh, alright. That's cool. That's cool. It's real neat.
Yeah, I've been getting hate mail for that game actually. I'm really good at that game. Beyond good. I literally bullied a whole team in Dominion into a pit.
Oh.
I literally killed one, literally had to pop a second revenge, push one guy to the freaking pit, threw one guy to the wall, then grab him again and throw him to the pit. Then I threw the whole team in a pit in a succession, and then they all quit. That was each other game, and then I got hard R's and everything.
Oh, when I get the hard
It was the best.
When you get the hard R, that's how you know you.
You know what I say? The OS I do is I'm white, and they say sorry. That's how you get out of those situations. Don't do it all the time because they'll guess. All you gotta do is just dude, yo, man, yo, why you do that? I'm white. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, man.
Come on, man, I'm one of you.
we wanted the same, and you yelling at me. As Will Smith say, no black on black crime.
I think the one game where I actually haven't received hate mail, surprisingly, is Eunice. It's one game where I've actually never received hate mail. I've received more.
I wish I got hate mail for you. That would be so funny.
Well, the thing is, I play Enkido. The one character, it's he's at the bottom.
That's actually that's an honest character. I would say honest character.
Yeah, he's really honest. And the thing is, I don't play him honestly. You really expect me, the absolute scum lord, to play him honestly? Oh no. I play Raven for God's sakes.
Yeah, Burb Nation.
Exactly. You expect Raven players to play any other character honestly?
Nah, man. I just 2 AD people with Wagner every other time when they think they got me.
Oh, what's that? What's that? Assault? I'm just gonna force function into dive kick because I can.
Just do the breakdance of death, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I win in really cheap ways, but I have not received one piece of hate mail yet, and I'm just waiting for it. It's gonna be a full-blown paragraph too.
There will be a day where popular Eunice players will get the most huge hate mail, and it has not happened, and the whole community is too nice for that.
Yeah.
I wish there was some guy who just gives everyone hate mail. Just for the funsies, just to see what would happen when he rage quits.
I think the thing about it is that the in terms of the grand scheme of things, most of the people who tend to send hate mail tend to usually be more casual, or I guess quote unquote normie type people.
Yeah.
And those type of people don't really play games like Eunice. They'd never play a game like that. So why would they ever get in a situation where they're gonna play someone and then end up sending hate mail for something, whatever. They're not playing this game to begin with. They don't give a shit. They're gonna send hate mail on like Street Fighter. They're gonna send hate mail on Mortal Kombat or Tekken because they actually play those games. But like they don't. They look at Unison. They're like, what the hell is this anime shit? And that's it. They don't
No,
care.
anime Street Fighter.
They don't care.
Oh no! Don't!
They don't care.
I have to bring it up at least once. Come on.
You didn't have to actually though.
You get one. You get one.
And I took it. There you go.
You already had this. You already used your one earlier. That's enough for that one.
Feels bad.
Although Tekken hate mail is probably some of the most entertaining mail possible.
I played Goki, so I get hate mail just for existing.
Yeah, that is true. You are just a natural magnet for hate mail. But I play Kazuya and Lars. I don't understand how. How can you be mad at me for winning with Lars? There's everything you can do to punish him, and yet you still lost, and yet you still feel the need to be mad. Just block low. Just block low.
These are 3D fighting game players. They don't know about lows.
Look, man, I'm just saying, down forward 1+2 is a low. There's a thing called, down back. You can easily hold down back, and you wouldn't get hit by this. Plain and simple.
You ask too much of them.
Yeah, I think that is asking too much. That is asking too much. Because if I can always catch them with hell sweeps, and they know it's coming, yeah, I think that's asking too much.
Look, man,
I remember one time during like ranked, I picked Julia for the hell. I still play for the hell of it, and I spent an entire game just doing back free, and that's it.
Oh. And they didn't block
No.
at all.
No,
Oh,
Oh nah.
it was literally.
that does not spark joy.
It was like 2.5 rounds straight of just back free.
I mean, I could do that, but with Kazuya's down back 4, and it'd still work. Look, Tekken players are a different breed. Just block low, please. I'm begging you. I don't want to do this. Just block low. There's a concept of crouching to avoid attacks. Please.
The irony is that they don't know how to block low, but a lot of them tend to also pick like Law and Brian and do like their, I think it's called Snake Edge and Dragon Tail. They do that a lot. So it's like,
Although the worst part is, I still get caught by it.
yeah, I mean everyone does, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's like, I've labbed against this for like 10 plus hours. I know when it's coming, and I see it, I look at it, I say, hello, Snake Edge, and I still get hit.
Yep.
Yep. That's me in Dust. I block every Dust incorrectly.
What?
Oh,
Like,
you know what? I
I
can't
see
win.
the orange flash, I take my finger off of the down input, and I see myself going up.
Damn.
I think the only dust I could block incorrectly is Milia's, because of the fact of, as Teddy told me, that's an overhead, and I'm sitting here, huh?
It's like fucking Jacko Dust. Fucking low profiles, other dusts.
Yeah, let's not talk about Jacko Dust. That's cursed. We don't bring that up here. I do everything that I can to avoid it. I have a counter to that. It's called Scratch.
Oh,
Jeez, man. Well, what's on the agenda for tonight?
Well, first things first.
running a podcast with a schedule?
Yeah, I know. I mean,
In 2019.
I didn't really have too many things really like planned per se, but I guess for just for like I guess rough estimate stuff, we could talk about the recent shit going on for like fighting games and stuff. I noticed who here is actually legitimately excited for Samurai Showdown?
Can I raise my hands up like super high up to the ceiling and hurt my head with the fan, please?
We can toss you into orbit if that works.
Please do.
Okay.
And if it makes you land at SNK headquarters for early copy, Please do.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's one. I'm really. I don't want to say I'm on the fence about it, because the thing is, I don't have a history with Sam Show like other people do. I don't really have I don't have a history with SNK fighting games. They're like the one that I look at a distance, I'm like, that's really fucking cool. I just won't put time into it.
Aw.
But this new Sam Show is definitely looking like something I would pick up, and it'd probably be like an impulse buy. So, yeah, fuck it. I'll admit, I'm excited for it. It looks really goddamn good.
No, I already figured out I don't like new fighting games.
Oh, jeez.
It'd be like that again.
Yeah.
Some people are just stuck in the past.
I'm stuck in 2015, whenever Skullgirls came out.
I mean, in that case, then we're all just stuck in 2013 when KI came out.
Still hear that song.
I can still hear it in the distance.
Damn.
I can see the Cinder Infinite.
That was
Hear the gargoyles theme.
I can see Shadow Jago in the distance. Come back, buddy. Come back.
Come back.
But not on higher difficulty, please. Good times.
Ooh.
I know for myself, when it comes to Samurai Showdown, I'm incredibly excited for it. I just want to I want to be able to have it in my hands and try it out. But so far, it looks really good. It looks like it's taking mostly a lot of cues from 2 and 5 Special, which is a good thing, in my opinion. I'm really happy about the fact that like they straight up said that like the first week, people who like buy the game straight up get the season pass for free. Which is that's actually amazing.
That's really enticing me to get it. I always like it.
Like I'm sitting there thinking like I'm already like excited to get this. My only thing now is I'm just wondering to myself, do I get it physically or do I get it digitally? That's the only thing that's the only choice I have right now. It's like
Yeah, that's always the curse.
it's just like, that's all it is. I know I'm getting it regardless. I just don't know if I'm gonna get a box for it or if I want it just on my system right off the bat.
So generally, you always want to go digital, but for this one, you have to order the Japanese sake version.
Nah, I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for.
I don't drink, so I can't do that anyways.
You can just keep it as a collectible.
Nah, I'm good.
Just give the sake to your friends.
What friends?
No, that's oh,
Yeah. Oh, God.
that's see now that right there, that's the whiff punish heavy slash I was not looking for.
Yo, that was the
Oh, man.
That was the astral finish wake up that I did not notice.
Oh man, that hurt.
Yo.
Oh man.
That all right. This ends the podcast. So.
Alright,
Yeah,
good night.
I
Alright,
got
good night.
killed. I embraced death.
Destroy.
Right.
Sure,
Oh man.
boy.
You just literally raging demons without even trying.
Oh.
That was good.
That was a good one.
Alright,
Good one.
now it's transitioning from something really good. Now it's transitioning to something that looks like it's gonna be complete garbage. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus.
Okay. I guess I'll preface this by saying it's not a bad game if you're trying to get into it. If you're trying to get into the genre, I feel like this is a great launch pad, because with the way that they're going, it's looking like it's really accessible, especially with command. It's like take the stylish system from other previous ArcSys games, but let that be the main system.
Oh no.
Dumb it down a bit, slow down the game a bit, and you've got Grand Blue. Which, that's not inherently a bad thing, because I think what we all have to realize is that we're not their prime market. Sure, they're giving it to, all of these top tier, FGC players, but that's just so they could appeal to our crowd. They're trying to appeal to the gacha players who are like, oh, that kind of looks interesting, but I suck at fighting games. So they're trying to build this around them and then toss in the goods for us later.
Yeah.
At least that's how I feel.
Yeah. My only thing with it is that I'll be completely honest, I haven't been keeping up with it like that much. Like I'll see when things happen, when people mention it, and I'll go, I'll glance at it for a second. So far, everything I've been seeing about the game hasn't looked particularly great. Keep in mind, the thing is that a lot of times when people highlight things about that game, whenever I I scroll through like Twitter and shit like that, is people are showing like the nutty stuff or showing like the really whack stuff, and not like anything like solid or like, I guess you could say, the good things. It's either they're showing a combo, which is like, who gives a shit in my opinion. It's like every fighting game has combos, so it's not really something to go nuts about.
Look man, they had a basic Leo White Fang string, and I saw that. I'm sitting here like, oh, it plays like Guilty Gear, but no, it doesn't. Oh, you do
say
me.
Leo?
Yeah, it had a Leo, like one of those characters plays like Leo, had the whole string and everything. Like they had a GIF just overlaying the two.
Oh.
It's like, oh, it's Guilty Gear, but it's not.
Yeah.
At all.
If I got my Leo combo, I might look into it.
Look, there's no character that plays like Raven, so I have no need.
There's no character that plays like anything I want to play in that game, so I have no reason. Yo, here's the thing. You want me to play that game? Just confirm Karin Kanzuki. I mean, she was in the mobile game.
That is true. That is true. Put Rock Howard in there.
There you go.
Come on, guys.
Bring
Put
those
Rock Howard in
characters.
there.
You want to get people in. Bring them. You want to appeal to this like crowd that's not quote unquote like hardcore people. You throw in those guest characters. That's how you get them in.
Guest characters brings in anybody. Let's be honest.
Yeah, like you can.
Yeah, bring geese. Geese could be everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But
That's how I buy that game.
Yeah, but the thing that I've been noticing that people are showing things like, like someone tries to do a dive kick and then like a DP hits from like behind them or some other like wacky stuff, and I'm just like, that's not a good way to convince those who are already not like jazzed about this game to want to even like to be even more interested in it or that. I don't know. That's
Look,
how...
I saw a few clips like that. It's like, oh, back on our bullshit. I see.
Yeah.
It's really like Chrono Phantasma, isn't it?
Not even that. It's like not even that. The way that the game is doing this whole like accessibility thing, it's like I'm not inherently against the idea of accessibility, but I'm
no doubt.
against like I'm kind of like against the idea of like what's the word for it? Like the thing I noticed with Arc Systems lately, especially lately, is that they've been doing this accessibility thing of a few of their games, and they see that it's working in terms of like sales numbers, and because it's been working, they're thinking like, oh, we should just keep doing it this way. And they already said not too long back that, oh, we're gonna make Guilty Gear, the next one, gonna be a little bit more easier than the previous ones. And I'm going, dude, you guys already made Guilty Gear easier when you made Exard. Make it any easier.
Stylish mode.
Not even stylish mode, just the basic, like, the mechanics alone of, like, Exard compared to, like, Plus R and stuff like that before, is already inherently easier. But then they're gonna apparently, like, make it even easier than that. Apparently they're getting rid of one button, so instead of it being, like, a 5-button game, it's gonna be a 4-button. That's what I'm hearing. That's
Yikes!
That's the rumors.
That
Yo,
is...
P4 Arena?
No, that's
wait,
a
what'd you say?
huge...
P4? Yo.
It's a 4-button game.
Mm-hmm. No,
Like,
P4
if
is
they're
2-button game.
But anyway,
Two?
Yeah.
Yikes! Yikes!
Hey, what I'm trying to say is that the game, like, they're saying that's what they want to do. I think that's like the intention they probably want to do with Guilty Gear. And if this once again, because like Dragon Ball FighterZ clearly did really well for them, so like they're looking at that game and they're like, oh my god, okay, this worked. We got a big IP. We made an accessible, easy fighting game, and it sold very, very, very well for us, and blah blah, so on and so forth. So, and they were already working on Cross Tag before, and that game is its own basket case of stuff. I'm not gonna get into it right now because I'm sure there's art cucks out there who are gonna like freaking mass report my account and get me shut down because they can't handle criticism. But
as the fighter shill here, even I can say those two releases, both Fighters and Cross Tag, there's a lot of shit just inherently wrong. And yes, I will keep playing Fighters until I die, but when I play it every day and I go through the game's bullshit, sometimes I just have to sit back and wonder, what the hell were they thinking?
Yeah.
How did we get here?
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for accessibility, and I make this argument every time. There's a fine line between accessibility and just downright pandering.
Mm-hmm. what I'm trying to say also about this place is that like, so they seem both things like worked because like, I didn't look at the sales numbers between like Crosstag and whatever compared to previous entries, but from what I've heard, it did better than Central Fiction. So in their eyes, I'm assuming they're looking at it as, oh, this is the second time in a row we did a more accessible game and it sold pretty good compared to usual. So then now they're making Grand Blue once again, big IP, especially in Japan and Asia, whatever. Big IP, accessible, flashy, nice graphics fighting game. And I'm assuming it's gonna sell really good once again because they have a big IP. They have side games who's like nuts when it comes to their like marketing and stuff like that. They're gonna push it up the ass. It's gonna sell and do well, not because of the merits of the game itself, but because of what the brand and everything behind it. You know what I mean? Nothing to do with the game itself. And so they're gonna look at that. They're not gonna care, but you know, oh, this game has issues here, or this game did that, or whatever. They're gonna see it just sold well and this stuff worked, so they're gonna do it again with Guilty Gear. And if it's, I don't know, to me, like, I'm not happy about that because like I feel like there's a time and place for these kind of things. We shouldn't compromise, especially our legacy brands or legacy games, compromise them and make them worse or strip down just for the sake of like other people. You know what I mean? People who, for people who, quite frankly, aren't really going to be interested in these genres for very long. A lot of people who are like casual for these fighting games, they're gonna play it for the first maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month at most, and then that's it. They're not gonna. If they have like, you know, what's the word for it? Like if there's a story mode, like a long story mode, whatever, they might play that at most, and then that's it. They might go online once, and then that's it. Like they're not gonna care about getting good at it. You can try and get them to get stronger or teach them for hours or years, but some people just don't have it in them. They're not gonna try. They're not gonna really like care. They're just gonna keep pressing buttons and mashing and stuff, which is unfortunate because like there's so much you can learn. But that's the crowd they're trying to appeal to, which I feel like it's in the wrong place if you ask me. But
as far as I'm concerned, Rev 2 already exists, so anything that happens in the future, if it's bad, Rev 2 already exists.
Yeah, so we have our fallback game, essentially.
I mean, that's the thing. People said that about, like, people said that about Plus R when...
Yeah.
People said that about Plus R, but, in the grand scheme of things, who the hell is actually still playing Plus R outside of like Japan and very small little areas? Right now, we finally just got a good port of Plus R on modern consoles for the Switch version, but at the same time, it's like people are using, just like what happened with another good port. Like when we got Ultra Street Fighter 2 on Switch, which in my opinion, I'm straight up saying I'll die on this hill that it's the best version of Street Fighter 2 out there. But because it's on the Switch, people are going, oh, I don't want to play it seriously.
That is one hell of a hill to die on.
It's a good ass freaking version. It fixed a lot of the problems. It had.
Oh, it is a great version, but I'm just saying, like, that is one hell of a hill to die on.
Because like,
know what's happening.
It's like because it was a better. It took a lot of the issues that were in like Super Turbo and rebalanced a lot of things while still keeping most of the original balance of the game. So it's not like HDR where like it fucked up the whole balance and it's like a completely different game. This is like, if you played Super Turbo, you can come into this one, you might have a few little things that are a little different, but it's more or less still kind of the same. Sure, you can just say, you know, ban the free, like, Super Shodos, and that's it, and you still have the best version of Street Fighter 2, you know what I mean? That's how I look at it as. And everybody and their mom is all, oh, I have a Brooks converter, or I put a Brooks board on my stick, and yet they don't want to play this game on their Switch because, oh, it's a Switch. So they're going to do the same thing with Plus R on Switch. They're going to be like, oh, it's the best version of this game, but it's on the Switch, so I'm not going to play it.
Was the PC port any good?
No.
For Plus R?
No.
As someone who owns it, it could be better.
It could be a lot better.
It could be better.
The Switch version actually has lobbies, let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm. There's option number one.
Like, actually has,
like, honest.
I'm pretty sure without modding, you can also have the Korean OST on the Switch version too. I'm not sure about all the details though.
Yes, that was one of the big selling points was that the Korean OST was just naturally on the Switch port.
Mm-hmm. But but my point.
My bad.
Go ahead. I'll get to my point. Whatever. Go ahead.
Really, I think like my I think I can understand where people are coming from with this whole, oh, it's on Switch, so I'm not gonna play it, because there easily could have been just a whole marketing idea of, hey, they want these games, let's just put them on modern consoles. And it's not like this hasn't been done before. Take Ultra Street Fighter 4. Everyone clamored, hey, we want this game back. They took it straight to PS4. Yeah, it's console exclusive, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
UMVC 3, a game that was practically inaccessible unless you managed to somehow find a physical copy. Everyone's like, hey, we want this game back. Alright, put it on PC, put it on Xbox One, put it on PS4 for everybody to play. They could have done this for X and Core Plus R. They could have done this for Ultra Street Fighter 2. But they decided to do some console exclusive stuff for a system that, let's be honest, no matter how you want to spin it, what angle you want to look at it, most people would not consider the Switch the type of system you'd play fighting games on.
Yeah.
Let's be honest about that.
Yeah.
That's just like, as a group consensus, that's just something you look at a Switch and you're like, I'm not gonna play fighters on this. I'm not gonna play MK. I'm not gonna play Tekken or some shit on this. No,
Yeah. My
I'm gonna
Switch
play like Mario Party.
Exists for me to play Bayonetta, and that's it.
Right, like there's some systems exist for specific purposes for a person, and the Switch is not something I'd look at and be like, I'm playing my fighting game. That's either for my Xbox or my PS4. And it's like, alright, cool. Let's go play like some Rev 2. Boot up my PS4.
Yeah, my PC exists for my fighting game, and then the PlayStation exists if I have to leave the house.
But my point is about like the thing with Plus R bringing that game up was that like we say, you know, if the Guilty Gear, let's call it 4 for now. So let's say Guilty Gear 4 is like bad, and we're saying,
Right.
oh, we still have Rev 2. But the thing I noticed about a lot of fighting games out there is that people will, even though there's like a quote-unquote better version of a previous entry, sure, it will still be active to an extent. It will still be like dwarfed in comparison to, like, I guess the latest version of the game. Like, especially when it comes to Arxis fighters, it's actually like something that annoys the shit out of me. Is like, we kept on saying, oh yeah, like when, for example, when Cross Tag was coming out, we're like, okay, this is a completely different kind of game, but we're still gonna support, you know, Central Fiction. And we're like, yeah,
We still got CF, guys. We still got CF.
and then, you know, let's be completely honest here, like CF is like on, not even on life support. Like the life support system, it got turned off, and the body is like reaching the point of actually dying, but it's not dead yet. That's what it's at right now.
comatose.
Yeah, it's
Comatose.
It's comatose, but like people don't want to believe that because, oh, it has the Arc Revo Tour thing. But it's like, the thing about it is that doesn't even really matter to most of us in the community. The North American like locations for it are like hard as shit for a majority of us to even get to. I can't even speak for the rest of the world unless you're in Japan, in which Japan people don't care. They play anything at that point. Like, let's put it this way: if Japan isn't playing your game, then you say it's like that's like a surprise. Shoutouts to Million Blood Arthur, but so it's like. So I don't ever really count a game as like alive or dead when it comes to them when they can play everything. But for the rest of us, it's like the game is basically dead, and we thought that it was gonna have support, but it ended up not being the case because everyone just jumped onto the next game because it's called, you know, they see the name, you know, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, so they're like, oh, this is the next game, so everyone jumped to that, which is kind of ironic because the game is kind of on not good legs right now. Apparently,
It's not looking hard. It's not looking hot right now. We're gonna be completely honest here. Like this is me just completely backing up from the fighter's shield standpoint.
Yeah. Like I'm not talking.
Not looking hot.
I'm not talking about like the gameplay itself. I'm saying like I could get into the gameplay thing, but I'm talking just like numbers.
Community wise.
Yeah, community numbers. It's not doing so well. Apparently, it will come back to life when the patch comes, but like. Me personally, I'm honestly looking at like, yeah, it'll bring back some people, but they're gonna come back. The game is more or less still gonna be very much the same as it was before, with some minor like mechanic changes. But if you didn't like the game before for certain bullshit, you're still not gonna like the game after. It's still gonna have the same stuff.
I am a firm believer of that. It's like, oh hey, the new patch is coming out. This game weren't here if you weren't dealing with the bullshit before the patch, there's no way in hell you're gonna deal with shit after the patch. Prime example, that huge, and I mean like absolutely huge rework patch for fighters, you know, changed everybody in the book.
Yeah.
I had like at least 7 people, we were all talking like, oh yeah, gonna come back to fighters after this patch. You guys were here for a week.
I'm still playing.
Yeah, like you guys were here for a week, couldn't deal with the bullshit that transpired before the patch was just amplified with this new patch. Left and was like, I hate this game, and what did I tell you?
Oh my god, I'm just laughing about it because how Hook talks about it just makes me cry of laughter. Because he just makes it a comedic, like hysterical, like story of events. Like this man literally was like talking about how they changed like Vegeta and like how he switched to Goku. And all those other things. Oh my god, he's like, yo, Vegeta's my boyfriend, but yo, Goku might be the dude. Yes.
Goku's looking pretty. Like
so
I'll be honest, I might have to drop my boy Goku Black. I mean, love him to death, you know.
Yo, privilege. Yo, that privilege cut me.
I might just have to switch him out for Goku Blue, you know.
Goku Blue's doing good, yo.
Okay. Oh yeah, Goku Blue is great. He's on one of my shells. But that's the thing, you know. I can understand if you're there and you've dealt with the bullshit beforehand, and then the patch comes in, and you're like, oh yeah, this is great. Cool. But if you're the type of person that comes in and out, it's like, this game's kind of boring, goes on to another game, and you're like, oh, this patch is going to bring me back in, or oh, this character is going to bring me back in, chances are you're not going to stick around. I'm going to be completely honest. Now, if it's a case like with, oh, I'm not playing Tekken 7 until Lei comes in, and then Lei comes out and you're there for good, more power to you. I completely understand that. But this is not one of those cases. When that cross tag patch releases, chances are most of these people who are like, I'm coming back to this game, I'm really going to dedicate myself, you're going to be there for a week, you're going to say, I hate this game, and then leave. Plain and simple.
And the thing about it is
It'd be like that.
But the thing about it's also like about cross tag and things like that is when it comes to like the way they marketed the game and things like that, especially when they teased this like Fifth Fate thing, when they were teasing it for so long, it took like, what was it, like more than half a year for them to finally reveal what that was. You know what I mean?
I think about like 9 months.
Yeah, that's a whole kid. It took them a whole pregnancy time to reveal one single character, and then like brand new character, and then like 3 more from the other brands. But it's like, I look at it as
dude, dude, you know what's funny? The speculation on what that fit was the whole entire time was the best roller coaster that I've ever seen with popcorn. Oh my god, it made me cry, dude. I was on the floor dying.
Yeah, I'm laughing at it because people actually still play that game. But anyway, so what I'm saying is that, like, they took all that time just to reveal one brand new character, quote unquote. But it's still a character from like, I don't know. It's like one quote unquote brand new character. But the thing about what's really so stupid is that it's a new brand, but it's only one. You'd think they'd at least have one more character from Arcane and Heart, not just the one single one. And then it's like 3 others from the other brands that are there. But it's like, I don't know. It's such. I said this before about the roster in the past. I'm saying it again. It's way too safe in terms of their picks. There's no deep cuts. There's nothing like really unexpected or anything like that. And not even that. It's like, once again, it's hard to get excited for characters that are even like returning characters from other the main 3 brands. It's hard to get excited for them when they're essentially, you're getting like chopped up versions of them. You're not even getting the true character.
You're getting bootleg versions of your favorite. I can never be happy about that.
And
no, you go into a flea market type characters. What do you mean?
And not even
that. I don't want Izuyoi. I don't want flea market Izuyoi. No.
Yeah.
Flea market Izuyoi.
And like the thing about it is that like, I don't know. Maybe I sound like an old fart for saying this, but like I remembered back in the day when we had games like like Capcom SNK 1 and 2, with Marvel, the Versus series in general, when we had Tekken Tag and even Tekken Tag 2 and all these other games, all these other crossover games, or Street Fighter Cross Tekken and all these other games, when they take these characters and bring them into like a crossover game, they didn't compromise on what they could do. They, in some ways, they expanded on them. Like when we took the characters from SNK side and brought them into Capcom's SNK, they took characters that were 4-button fighters and turned them into 6-button characters. Like that means they made them even like bigger, their movesets and functions even bigger than they already originally were. And they made brand new sprites and it looked amazing, and you got a full freaking roster on day one for your bang for your buck. You didn't freaking nickel and dime you. They didn't hold it for ransom. They didn't.
I mean, what's jarring is that we even have that in the modern age. If we look at Tekken 7, both Akuma translated spectacularly.
Yeah.
Like a perfect transition of Street Fighter for Akuma. Then not to mention we have a perfect transition of KOF Teen Geese.
Yeah.
And it's like they didn't remove anything, they enhanced what they already were, but then you got cross tag, hey, all that cool shit you could do, not anymore.
And like the thing about it is that like some would say, oh, they would have been unbalanced. So I'm like, you think the game is balanced right now? I don't think the game is balanced. It's like the game isn't balanced at all right now. It's actually one of the most unbalanced games I ever played in my entire life, and I'm playing freaking Smash Ultimate here with 76
An
characters.
Arxis game? Balance? I don't know what universe you're living.
Yo, for real, my G. Like,
I don't know, like, even in like other
like
games,
who's man's?
like even in like other games that are quote unquote like I'm saying like Central Fiction and like Rev 2 or whatever, like they're not balanced per se, but like I can look at that game's like character list and like I can see a matchup and go, okay, either one of these people can win, even any player can win. But when I look at cross tag, I'm like, oh, I see a certain team versus another team. I'm like, oh, this other team's gonna win. There's no way, unless the player playing the top tier team just straight up sucks. But if they're like equal players, there's no way the top tier is losing. Like that's how lopsided it is. On top
There
of
shouldn't be a team that actually just dominates your entire meta. And I mean that in the sense of, oh, it's not like, oh, if you have like a specific team, they could scrap a win. No. Ruby and Gordo is the epitome of, hey, you want easy wins? Here you go.
Yeah.
Here, take it.
And what they did now is that, like
Go.
they nerfed Gordo, but like they left Mitsuru alone, and she's like just as big of a problem as Gordo was.
Look, here's the
They
thing.
literally, like, apparently with the whole patch of the arcade stuff, they literally said Gordo was unplayable with the nerfs. So
I was saying.
they polished him a little bit more, so he's still viable but not as scary.
No, I'm saying is
That's
that
4-1 now.
I'm saying is like they like broke his legs or they cut him, they hurt him, but like they left Mitsuru, who was just a step below him, and she's gonna become the new problem, for example. You know what I mean?
So, if you
She's
keep
been the new problem.
Yeah.
If you keep the Persona characters like super strong, who grow interest in that brand for when they release P5A.
Nah.
Yeah, really, it's all a marketing scheme, guy.
If it is, I'm about to like go like yell at Moriarty-Bo. Like, why are you doing this?
Here's the thing. When it comes to P5A, honestly speaking, like, unless the game has all the characters from 4 Ultimax as well as Persona 5 characters, then quite frankly, don't exist. If it's just Persona 5 characters, don't make this game. Fuck this game. Because like
I can agree with that.
I can agree on
it's
that
not enough.
one.
It's not enough characters. I'm not gonna drop $90 for a game that's gonna have like 8 characters and that's it. Fuck that. We're not. It's not Street Fighter 2 anymore on Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Wait,
okay,
wait, no,
this-
hold on. Didn't
oh,
Street
this
Fighter
is
2 actually have a
gold.
larger roster, though? Didn't
Street
it have,
Fighter-
like 12?
Street Fighter 2.
Wasn't it a championship?
Yeah, here's the thing. Street Fighter 2 World Warrior was just the 8. Then they made the Turbo that had the other 4 boss characters. So they sold 2 copies of regular 2 back in the day. I actually own
Yeah.
both.
That is true.
But I'm saying like that's the freaking Super Nintendo. We expect more from our freaking full price video games these days. You know what I mean? You can't butter it up with some. Here's the thing about it is that people, let's say they were to release a P5A and it only has the main 8 characters and that's it. People are gonna, for sure, there's gonna be freaking shills and art cucks coming out going, oh, but it has the story mode. I'm like, I don't give a shit. That story mode only took up another extra 200 megs on the disc because it's all just still images, PNG files where they swap out the mouth graphic, the sprite for the mouth, and that's it. And then some text. What did that take? Like 200-300 megs because most of it's the voice data. Like, come on, man.
And that's gonna be $60, good sir.
Or $90 if you're in Canada.
Oh yeah, even worse.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're gonna have DLC on top of that too, and then in all the other bullshit. So it's like, come on, man. No, here's the thing. This is what they're gonna do. They're gonna release those 8 characters, and then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, guys, by the way, cough up like another $60 to get the fucking Ultimate Max characters as DLC.
And
that would be that literally make everyone want to throw their hands up. And
oh,
no, they're not.
Here's
the thing. No, they're not. They're not going to
pass format where they're going to trickle every single character.
There are some people that will say fuck this.
Yeah,
there are some who will say fuck this.
Yeah, but
there are some who will sit here and be like, oh yeah, that's fine. At least we're getting No, don't hit me with the at least we're getting content. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
The problem is that the people who have the brain cells to be like, no, we're not going to stand for this, we're actually the minority. Unfortunately, we're actually the vast minority of this when it comes to that stuff. The vast minority. Because when we seen Cross-Tag, when they did that bullshit, like, people lost their minds, and never let it go. When Cross-Tekken did something similar to that. And when Cross-Tekken, the characters were actually incomplete. Like, they were incomplete. I remember actually playing the hacked version and trying them out. They weren't proper. They weren't incomplete. They weren't complete at all. People claimed they weren't. But when Cross-Tag did it, the characters actually were technically complete. They worked mostly fine, like 90% fine. And then when they came out officially, you could treat it as if, oh, they got, a balance update and they fixed some little things here and there. So that game actually legit sold you back in your stuff, and people were like, oh, it's totally fine though because the price of the game is only a little bit more than what a full price thing would be. I'm like, it's not about the money, it's the act itself, because companies, including Arc System themselves and other companies, will see the action that you guys did. If it works, they're gonna be like, oh, well, we can do that too. And when they do that too, then it only takes another company or Arc Systems themselves to keep pushing that edge just a little more and a little more and a little more. And then what's next? We have loot boxes to get our characters.
Oh. Hey guys, did you hear about that new character that's locked behind that loot box? Yeah, I heard the drop rate's, 0.5%.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And here's the thing.
Isn't that just Grand Blue Versus?
Here's the thing. That's the thing about it. There's a lot of Grand Blue Versus. I don't know too much about that game's like character roster of the whole mobile game, but from what I'm hearing, I'm hearing, there's a lot of characters that are missing that people want to be in the game. And this game, where it looks like it's almost ready to come out, so we're gonna be missing a lot of those characters.
The complaint that I've been hearing recently is that like a lot of the fan favorites and the quote-unquote expected characters, they're either holding back for like announcement purposes so they like generate hype, or they're holding it back for the more treacherous choice DLC.
And here's the thing, who's to say they might even pull a loot box thing with this game? Who's to say? They could do that. They could honestly see it being done. I wouldn't put it past this company to do that at this point, with how they've been for all these years. Because this whole bullshit of this company's like DLC practices, it's nothing new. They've been doing this shit since Continuum Shift, and I've been saying this.
Continuum Shift 2, boys.
And I've been saying this stuff since Continuum Shift, and people flip out at me for saying this stuff. I'm like, do you think people would wake up by now? But anyways, what's funny is that we technically did one time have a fighting game where they had your character unlocks as like a random chance or a loot box chance, and it was Tekken Revolution, if you guys remember that.
Oh, that's just coming back to me. That's what I was gonna mention, is that if they do take that route, I would expect it to be a free-to-play fighting game, and you just reminded me which game did it. God damn it.
And the thing about with Tekken Revolutions, technically it was a free play. It was a free play fighter, technically. But the thing about that game is that like they, what's the word for it? They had your character unlocks as like a random chance, and then like 2 years later, they finally were like, okay, fine, we'll let you buy the individual characters you want. This is after it's after they already made, you know, the unlocks like the worst grind in the universe. And the sad part about it is that the default characters were better than most of them anyways. Like, there was no point of playing anyone other than Law, because not only was he like just better than most characters, but like he had the invol moves and stuff too, where like it doubled as an invol move and it doubled as like a dodge at the same time, which is like, because it was I forget what the name actually is called, but you know that move he does in where he steps back a little bit and he goes forward with like a medium like thrust kick.
That's shit.
And the voice for it
I think it's fake step.
And
I think it's fake step.
Yeah, and the voice he does for it is Owada! And when he hits it,
I know what move you're talking about. I think it's fake step into something else. I think it's like fake step into 3.
yeah. But he had that move as his invol move in that game. That's like ridiculous.
Tekken Revolution was a mess.
It was a mess. Especially when people hacked it and they got like freaking like 9,000 damage on.
I remember the hacks, the hack fiasco. I remember that. Oh man, I played the hack version too. I'm guilty.
Oh, shame on you, hacked Kazuya. Hacked.
Man. I was like, yo, my friend was like, had a USB, and I'm like, yo, sure, bet. And I just freaking just popped it.
Hacked Jin with down 1.
Yo, that was.
Yeah, I enjoy one punching people.
For P5A to even make me feel sold, I like it has the whole roster plus Kasumi from P5R. Pretty much it.
Oh yeah, okay, so it'd be 9 characters. There we go. Oh, there.
Because this since they introduced her. Makes sense.
Yeah, so there you go.
Boy,
It'd
9
be 9 characters. Yo, only
uneven number.
Only 4 characters.
It is an uneven number, but they just they shouldn't really like. At this point in time, the hype that Persona has right now, they shouldn't really halt it with this. Like, it makes 0 sense.
The funny part,
on this high note, like literally.
The funny part about it is that like, hey, 9 characters, oh my god, and then even that sounds pitiful, and like we're only 4 characters less than what like Million Blood has, and that game was a 13 character fighting game, and like there's people out there who like import the Japanese version, and that cost them like nearly $100. Imagine spending $100 for a freaking 13 character fighting game that died in like a month.
It's an uneven number, and it makes me angry.
Speaking of Million Arthur, I'm actually buying the Steam version.
Why would you buy it when you have like you can wait for it to get on Skid Row?
Nah, fuck it.
It's like
I'll throw the money anyways because I've been wanting to play that game. Actually,
get on Skid Row, get it for free. Don't use the money. Save the money for Evo.
I'm good.
That could be a whole mouse pad you could buy there.
I have a huge mouse pad actually, so I'm fine.
Look, man, I'm buying that Hilda mouse pad. I don't care what anybody says.
Yo, where the Wagner mouse pads at? Easy a mouse pad, please, and thanks, maybe.
A man of culture. I understand.
Yo, where's
the Ryu mouse pad?
No.
Yeah.
More specifically, where is like the Street Fighter 2 animated movie mouse pad?
Yeah.
Yo, where that at?
That one.
No, does he just have every time you just move it around, you just hear Bison say yes?
Oh no. I was gonna say where's the Karin mouse pad, but I guess that works.
See, there's
turn
always
off your PC. He actually says, for me, it was Tuesday.
I remember in Cross Tekken, his Bison's taunt for English voice actually says, for me, it was a Tuesday.
There were so many references in Cross Tekken. It is a gem.
That game was good. I actually loved that game. Even before the patch, I actually liked it a lot.
If we're being honest, Cross Tekken has some inherent flaws, yeah, but it's not horrible.
Yo, scramble mode be that ish, man.
Scramble mode was so fun. Like,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
We all gotta do that at least, man. Scramble mode is like the best party mode on.
You know what's the ultimate team in scramble mode? It's Sagat and Goki.
Hey,
Oh
stop
God!
that. Hey, stop that.
God, you bully.
'Cause you got
Stop
Sagat throwing the fireballs, and then you have Goki just charging up Demon Flip to just do the Misogi super.
Hey, you, stop that.
And that's it. That's all you need.
Just
Stop
in the
that.
corner. Just yo, you're done, son.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. You never lose. Unless you have something that's like super anti-zoning, but I don't remember too much about how that game was.
I don't think there was a character in there that was anti-zoning. Especially not my boy Lars.
Woo. I played Goki and Julia as my team during the end.
Kazuya Jury.
I used to play Ryu, but then they nerfed him hard.
What game? In what game is Ryu not nerfed hard? Let's be honest here. That's like a common trope, right? By now, we have
played
to accept
Ken. If I remember correctly, I played Ken Jin.
that. Ooh.
Yeah, one of my friends used to play Jin and what the hell else did she play? Fuck, what was that character? Jin Xiaoyu, I think it was. Yeah. Oh yeah. Xiaoyu.
Yo, that team was cool. That team was cool.
Yeah,
She
that's
used-
a good team.
She used to do the freaking
Yo,
all the kick loops and the basketball infinite, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh God!
On
Yo, man.
Like on
I
command.
no.
Like
I want to
on
boot up
command.
my copy so hard.
I can hear the
Start
I can hear the
Smash it.
I can hear Xiaoyu's in my
I
sleep
don't
now.
want to think about it. No.
Yo,
That's gonna
Nightmare
stick with me.
Fuel.
That's gonna stick with me now.
You wake up in the morning hearing that, and you actually it's a lawnmower.
Well, at least what I could do is I can get 1 or 2 hit life lead, and then I just jump. I do Thunder Beam and quick combo command at the exact same time, and then whoop, I float away.
I must go. My people need.
You know what's another thing I loved about that game, at least for the PS3 version, which was like the best version, honestly, was you could play online, local co-op with people. Like that was amazing to me.
Yeah, that was pretty damn cool.
I remember.
I appreciated
I remember my friend and I, we had like a mess up with our sticks where like we had converters in our sticks, and we were able to do the exact same thing with Dead or Alive 5 online as well for tag mode, because like if both sticks were connected to the console at the same time before you turn on the PS3, they both counted as player 1 for some reason.
Oh my god.
So we would play tag co-op online as well with Dead or Alive.
That is great.
Yeah. And then Dead or Alive 6 decided to suck shit, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Yo,
That
let's make a worse version of Dead or Alive 5 last round and cut the roster by a third.
At least I had my main in the game, so I'm okay.
I don't have mine.
Yeah, most people can't say that, buddy.
Yeah, my character is
I
not even from that
know.
brand.
I'm a lucky boy. I is a lucky lad.
You were a good boy for Christmas. You get your main back.
I was a good boy.
And I was like, thank you, Koei, for bringing Hanukkah. That's all I needed.
I mean, she was an obvious pick to come back.
Yo, I made people rage quit in locals, my dude, with that character. That's how good I felt.
You'll never guess.
Although-
Made a guy throw his controller, almost broke a TV.
Oh.
I remember making some guy get really raged from my Akira back in like I think it was Toryuken 6 when they had Dead or Alive 5.
Yo, man. When is another virtual fighter? I hope we eventually get one.
Yeah.
Like, Avenge. I want to play Jackie again.
Yeah.
I think Swan said it best that if we get, like, the greatest fear of getting another virtual fighter is that you have everyone just coming out of the flesh pit saying, I was a virtual fighter. No, you weren't.
I was.
Stop.
No, I think that
Yeah,
would actually save us if everyone does that. I hope everyone does that
Like-
eventually.
Yeah, there's some like.
I'd
obviously
forgive them
we got
regardless, anyways, just to get
We
it.
got Saito here, who he's a virtual fighter. Respect him for that. But then
I
you have.
played it since I played like Virtual Fighter in the Saturn when I rented it at Blockbuster.
I still have my Saturn copy of VF1, like it's the Japanese version and everything too.
Nice.
Noise.
Like I can definitely.
Blockbuster was
say
weird. It had
I'm
Japanese
Virtual
games too.
Fighter.
That's why I played Sailor Moon.
Yo, Sailor Moon boys, I want to play that more often, but yeah.
Yo,
I
man.
don't get to.
People be salty in Toronto with that game. People be throwing their sticks. Damn.
Yeah, I've
I
heard
watched that
horror
firsthand,
stories.
dude. It was so good.
Yo, smuggle me. Let me live there. I want to live there instead of here.
I wish I could, but I am moving out of Bench. So I'll keep you posted.
All right.
I have heard horror stories about Sailor Moon.
Yo, if you watch Neo Russ versus I forgot who, and literally he lost. The guy lost and threw his stick so far and walked off.
Jeez.
And Russ was literally holding his hand out for GG's for a good
I think I've
5 to
seen
6
that set.
minutes, and he was like, and then he just shakes his own hand.
I think I've seen that.
Oh yeah, I've seen that set. I've seen that set
That shit
just
was
because
so
of that
good.
last clip.
That made me want to go watch that in person, just to see the stupidity.
What's kind of weird is that like I see people when they get so mad about the game, and I'm sitting there thinking like, man, like I never, I don't know, like to me like after 2010, that whole like getting really mad in like from a game, it ended. I never get that mad about a game anymore personally. Like
I think like I've had a few moments where I'll just sit there and think I lost to that, and you want to
That
get
stupid
mad.
button.
Yeah.
That stuff.
I'll feel that sometimes only with online though, but I never ever feel that in person.
Net plays the
Yeah,
only
online be like that so hard.
Like
I feel you.
yeah, like the thing about online is that there's always just like the thing that I looked at it as like what I finally start. What's funny is that I think to this myself and then I forget for a little while and then I remember it again. Is that like whenever I go online, I go I'm not playing with human beings anymore. I'm playing with actual chimps.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's like the mindset. If you're gonna be playing net play, I think what we really need to just start, like, I think what needs to be start being taught to other players, especially newer players, because I've seen this complaint time and time again. Online is a problem. I was explaining this to my roommate. I am actually training in fighting games. He goes into net play, especially for fighters. He loses. He's like, this game's bullshit. Back to square one. Do not treat net play as your training ground. It is not.
I just set it as an analyst thing where I can just copy the same buttons they press and just do it in offline training mode and then do it in locals later.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think. I think of it as an analysis, not an actual training ground.
Like for me, for online, for like I guess you could say random online, because obviously if you're playing against people like in an actual lobby who you know, you're gonna get less of this. But I'm saying for like obviously for randoms, you're gonna get always the bullshit. But
ranked.
Yeah, ranked. It's like that. Even casual.
Rank can go die in a fire because that
even-
rank never exists.
Even in casual match, because like for example, like when I occasionally play Street Fighter 5, after I got my gold rank back in season 1, I never went back to ranked ever again. I just go casual modes. But even in casual match, it's the same thing. People play exactly the same way. People will still rage quit. People will still have their 56k modems, their dented monster cans as a router and things like that. It's all the same shit.
Dented monster cans.
The router stuck to the
he had me a
gazelle.
dented monster can. That one actually got me to say, bruh.
So like
The router stuck to the gazelle running at like
short
50
bus,
miles per hour.
No, short bus African Wi-Fi right there.
Yeah, and it's always the same.
McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's that type of thing. It's always the same kind of things. But the thing that I realized is like, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's in ranked mode or if it's in casual matches. When you're just playing with random people, you're gonna deal with that bullshit regardless. But what I look at when I go online is that I'm not looking there to like get better or stronger. It's more like I'm kind of messing around with them too as well. It's like I see, okay, this kind of thing, can I do this in a real game or not? Not just a training dummy that doesn't, like, I'm saying mostly, like, for any fighting game, but I guess I'll use Smash as an example right now, because that's the game I play the most out of anything right now, is like,
Right.
you know, I can go into training mode and I think like, oh, look at this awesome Ryu combo where I hit them with focus and then I do short hop, dare, cancel into shokunets, and then if they don't tech the fall, then I can like do jab block, close medium punch 3 times and then cancel to Shoryu. But against a real person, they're pressing buttons the entire time, so like I'm not gonna be able to get that combo ever unless they're like a real person. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like it's one of those things where it's like you have to think to yourself like you can't use online for that for like practice. So
And plus latency.
yeah, latency
Yeah.
and online things like that's always a problem as well. But like some fighting games out there, they let you kind of still get away with it, where it's like, yeah, the connection can get worse and your buttons come out later, but just buffering it or make it work regardless, which is good. But it's here and
Let
there.
me
But
just buffer raw level.
I've heard the horror stories of netplay. One person, I literally looked at a tweet one time and I saw a person say they played a 20 frame DB tag match. I'm like, yikes!
Played a
And someone
23.
said somebody played a 10 frame Merkaba. I was like, okay, that's a hard pass.
yeah,
23 frame Bardock.
yeah.
Beat that boy. 23 frame Bardock. Boy,
You
I
just
saw
literally hear him grab you through the screen, saying you'll be the one to die.
I saw Tyrant Lancer at 2 frames per second before hearing if only I had power.
Oh, man.
Yo, imagine try playing 27 frame Ganondorf or King K. Rool.
Ooh.
Oh god, no, Ganondorf is a
Oh.
nightmare. No, Ganondorf is
No, he had me at K Rule. He had me at K Rule. 27
K.
frames.
Rool ball,
K. Rool.
yeah, I could agree.
27 frames.
Yeah,
K
and,
Rule, no thank
K.
you.
Rool.
and you're playing.
No, thank you.
And here's the thing: your character is Ryu.
Oh, no thank you. Yeah, no
No,
thank you.
no,
No.
that's uninstalled.
No,
Yeah, it's-
that's
it's-
uninstalled.
It's unwinnable. Even with Samus, it's unwinnable.
Dude,
Unwinnable
I'm gonna
matchup right
uninstall, delete my Switch
there. Hey,
from the
I'm gonna
universe,
switch up on
never
eBay.
have my Switch.
And here's the best part: they'll win, and they'll win or they'll get a big hard hit, and then they'll start teabagging, thinking they're good, and then they one and done you. That's the
Can we talk about the one and dones? Like that should be
I- Look,
But before we
one
get-
and dones
no, we'll
are
get-
a weird case.
Before we get to the one and dones, one more note I gotta say about like Ganondorf players. If you ever play against a
Oh,
Ganondorf
no.
player, whether it's online or offline, doesn't matter. You have to count in your head how long does it take before they do random down B in neutral. That's it. That's what you do. You count down until you hear randomly for no reason.
I freaking love that noise, you know? It's like
I
it's
seriously.
like he's about to die, dude. You're about to get
But like
Roomba stopped.
the thing that baffles me is like, why do they do this? It's so unsafe. It's so punishable. Sure, it's strong if you try to interrupt something, but like when they do it, they're always a full stage away anyway. So you see it coming from a
And
mile
it's
away.
so dumb. Like,
Or
I saw that, man.
Or the next thing
That's
they
why I
do.
just do forward. That's why I just do like freaking grab, dude, with 4D.
Or the other thing they also love to do is if you're off stage, if they're not trying to spike, if they're not trying to spike you with down air, they're doing up tilt on the edge and thinking you're gonna get hit by it. It's like
I just dunked people. What do you mean?
the thing that I wonder is like, who are the retards who are falling for this that make these bad players think that this works? That's what I want to know.
New guys.
Yeah, all
falling
the
for
casualties that see Nairo.
Don't even get me started on that.
It's
guy.
actually true if you think about it logically.
Why? What is?
Like they see Nairo all the time. They're like, "Yo, Nairo does this. I can do this too." And that's why you see a random bunch of Ganondorfs around flying and trying to do all the shit that you can do.
Yeah,
I
I can agree
You can
with
blame
that.
him for his him using him as an existence right there.
I
That's
kind of
kinda
wish I saved the
interesting.
replays where I beat his ass with my Samus a lot of times.
Hey!
A personal
hold that to
victory.
your chest. Just hold that to your chest, man. You earned that. Shit. And when you see him offline, beat him again.
He'll probably act like it never happened. That's the thing.
That's the thing. That you just beat him again. Then he'll say, "Yo, run that back." You're like, "Yo, okay, money match. Beat him even more.
Yeah.
Give him a 13-0."
Hopefully he shows up to Toryukin so I can beat his ass in person.
Oh, yo, I would watch. I'd gladly watch Popcorn and a Drake right there. That's a movie theater seat right there,
Yeah.
dude.
But yeah, when it comes to like what's it called, one and dones, I always find those things hilarious when people do that stuff. it's always the people who have like no fundamentals or no sense of neutral. They have nothing. Like their connection's terrible. They play like shit, but they somehow get a win because they have like all their gimmicky bullshit in the way to like basically disallow you to do anything proper. And then they one and done you and think they're actually good. That's always the best part.
Oh my god, dude.
And
I
then you
freaking-
get the mail of get better, and I'm sitting here like, huh?
Yeah.
I just
What?
leave those alone. I just laugh at that shit.
No, that's me. That's me.
Oh, that's you, buddy. Wait, huh? So you're gonna tell me you're the sole bad guy with the, literal 31 frame delay that managed to win by just spamming Fafnir in neutral, knowing I can't do shit under these conditions, and then decided to tell me, get good?
I'll turn
I just get good
I'll
internet.
turn my VPN on. I'll do 5H, 236H. You'll get hit. I'll burst super and I'll leave.
Oh no.
I've never felt
Oh, this
my-
reminds me of the thing where Hook was playing a first to 5 with some dude, and then some random guy in chat literally called him out for a money match.
oh.
Right, it was the first to 5, I think, and then Hook got 3 wins in, right?
Mhm.
And the guy came back, won one and done, left, did not give Hook the money, and then the Hook was just looking around for the guy in chat to ban. As he bans the other guy, the match he got next was a guy that didn't have a gimmick team, had an honest team, beat him, and then Hook was like, literally saying, like, oh, he probably left. He probably like, yo, Ma, I beat Hook. Ma, can I go to Evo? Can I go to this? I
Guys,
beat Hook, Ma, look.
let me go to Evo.
That's
I
it.
was
Evo.
dying. Yeah, I was on my bed dying, dude. I was crying so hard. I was like, yeah, this shit's funny. And Hook kills me with his comedic humor. I swear, that man's like, needs an Oscar for being that good. Jesus.
I think one.
Glad I
and
met him
done
at
even-
Canada Cup. My God.
Oh,
One and done
Can-
even more
oh.
infuriating.
Let's not even get into Canada Cup. Oh man.
The fiasco of the errors. Oh my God.
No, it's in general. You guys want to keep going about the online thing for a little longer, or do you want to go into Canada Cup right now? That's the thing.
I mean, hey,
I'm just
I'd
saying
be-
the Smash GG thing though. That's all I'm gonna say about that one. That one's funny.
Look, I'm just saying, they shouldn't have leaked that we were getting, continuum shifts on the PS4. They should have kept that hidden, man. Just saying. But do I mind? No.
Okay, so we are getting to Canada Cup. Okay, so Canada Cup. When will y'all motherfuckers learn? That's my
Never.
that's my
Never.
That's in my
They won't.
dialogue. That's in my dialogue box thing says right now. So what I'm trying to say
They
about
won't.
that. So I'm saying it as a double-edged thing, not just the people involved who make the thing of all the mistakes they make, because it seems like every single year some sort of big mistake happens. We had all the stuff that happened last year. We had the year before where we had the one dude come in and he entered himself twice in MVCI and somehow didn't get caught. And then we had the
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Comedy gold.
So like every single,
was-
it seems to be like a consistent thing where Canada Cup has some sort of major problem every single year. Hell, we had the 895 meme back in the day, and like all these things again and again and again and again. And yet, at the same time, I also go, hey, what the hell is wrong with you other people if you like the attendees, you see these mistakes happen every single year, and it has a history of being whack. And what do? They keep coming back. They keep coming back. They keep coming back. And I'm like, come on. Yeah, they're being retarded, but I can't exactly like vouch for the people who keep coming back every single year as well. It's like, come on, man.
So here's the thing. The Saturday night, after most people are done with their tournaments,
Yeah.
and you're just at the casual room drinking. That was the best part of Canada Cup for me was.
Yo, that whole 24-hour venue was the best. Like, out of all of that, dude, all the fucking memes and lore shit was the funniest shit out of that whole thing, dude. I mean, that shit made me that made the highlight of like ever, honestly.
Me, drunk out my ass playing Coop on the floor with some guys from Montreal was the best part of Canada Cup for me.
Yo, I was literally drunk playing Guilty Gear with Rickett, Sway, and Lossel. That shit was funny. Oh my god.
But like that kind of stuff.
We were playing Jam Mirrors and Outland Mirrors, and like we were all complaining and how dumb sorry to hitboxes. Like we're doing it so detailed, dude. It was like to the point where we literally like looked at Soul and played Soul Mirrors.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, there's the Leo corner where it was Blake Lorraine, Kay, me, Sis and Thick, Keanu Reeves, and
Yo, Keanu.
Until Fluff, and we're fucking coaching two different people who don't play Leo on drunk Leo strats.
Yo, Stairs Caliber, that shit was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And yo, you know all that stuff you guys are saying. You could all do that for cheaper. The week after at Youmacon.
No.
Yes.
Everyone didn't want to go to Youmacon. That was the funniest part. Everyone did not want to go to Youmacon. That was the funny part about it. Like everyone was talking about that too. Like a few people that we're talking to, like I was talking to, they're like, "Yo, Youmacon," but I don't want to go to that. I'm like, wow. Everyone's saying no to that. That's kind of funny.
But it's like
It's
that's
actually kind of
like
funny.
because it's like because the Youmacon is like the week after Canada Cup, and it has just as many games in their tournament lab. Hell, in some cases more, and bigger variety, and every game gets equal treatment and all this stuff like that. And in the overall sense, it ends up being much cheaper too, despite the exchange rate. If for us Canadorks here, it's like it somehow is cheaper and it's better, like way better. And yet, like, they just go to the Canada Cup and they're like, oh, but it has the competition level's better there. And I'm like, most of the people who tend to say that aren't at the level to warrant saying that to begin with. But, you know.
I wanted to go to it because it was close to me. So I was like, yeah, why not? Go to it. Like, I didn't expect to do anything good. I was expect to have fun there.
Yeah.
Hey, at least I got stage time though.
I guess.
That shit was cool.
Yeah.
That's an achievement, I would say.
I suppose. Yo, shouts to like.
That was my first time being on stage ever.
Yo, shouts to the people. They're still to this day. How long ago was Canada Cup? Like almost a whole year. They're still having.
And they still haven't got paid.
Yeah, they still have.
Apparently there's error. Apparently there's error. That people did not have their emails corrected or some shit.
Jesus Christ! Like,
So some people were probably lying and didn't get paid.
yeah. So that's a lot of. I don't know how you can
I know I got paid. So.
I got paid, as Balrog would say back in CBS 2.
My fight money.
Nah, he didn't say that. I think he just went "Rah," back in CBS 2. I forget. I never see people play Balrog that often. It's usually the bad players.
I just say that because it makes sense that he does that. He probably is sad that he lost the money.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Well,
I'll be honest,
we've been on this for almost 2 hours, which is actually longer than usual. But for a revival episode, we haven't been on here for about almost a full year. It's fine. Anyone, and you guys got something you want to plug before we get into closing statements?
Yes.
I mean, shit, if any of you who are watching are going to be a combo breaker, Please make sure to check out the Rev 2 pools. Give me all the luck possible so I don't actually get, torn to shreds. Please, I'm begging you. Also, come meet me at Combo Breaker. Love you guys.
Same here. I'll be at Combo Breaker Dippy-kun. I'll be there enjoying myself as well. You guys can meet me all there. Give me all the strength you guys can give me with all the energy as a spirit bomb. I seriously need it.
We
with,
can
with
share
all
it.
the people that all the people that I need to go through. But yeah. You can find me on Twitch, Dippy-kun, Twitter, Dippy-kun, Instagram, Dippy-kun, and you could save 10% off by using my code Dippy-kun on Rogue Energy.
Ooh, I think I know what I'm doing. Discounts? Don't mind if I do.
And Opseed as well, but you have to go to my Twitch channel to click that panel to get a share. That's about it.
Yeah, let's see. You can follow at Jump Cancel Pod on Twitter. That's where I do my podcast. You can find me on at Jack Renaissance, but I post a lot of hentai titties, so probably don't do that.
Hey,
A cultured man.
we about that life, horny on main,
A cultured man.
I keep that on my private account for mine.
We don't blame you.
Yo,
We don't blame you.
Follow
I only got the
Ketsu.
account.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
I only got the one account, so I'm going horny on main, and y'all just get to deal with that.
A brave man.
I do it too, so it's all good.
Alright, I'm going to bed. See people.
Alright. Good night.
Catch ya.
Yeah, he
Ooh,
died.
man.
He died before the broadcast ended. Ooh.
I
For-
mean,
He literally burnt himself alive like the freaking dramatic ending
Yo, he did.
of
He did.
Bardock.
Yo, he got the burst. You know when you do Soul Dragon Stall and you do the air like command grab and you eat the burst.
oh yeah.
That's
Yes.
PBK.
Yeah, PBK. You got that. As for myself, alright. As for myself, I mean, if you want to follow more normal content, you follow me at Determined Saito for normal content. I'll put it onto the dialogue box for all 0 of you who are watching. And for weird stuff, if you want my more nuclear hot takes, follow Ketsui Saito for nuclear takes. Note that I have no filter on there, so if you're into wholesomeness, if you're into anything nice, don't follow. But if you want to hear the most unfiltered things in the world, go ahead. As for other things, you can catch me out, maybe not this week, but in the coming weeks. I go down to Saints Gaming CA for their Smash Bros. Ultimate locals on Mondays. I'll always be posting up the links for that whenever I'm on there, whether I'm on stream or not, so you can check them out. Follow Verified GG.
Hey, shouts to the team.
They're good people.
Yeah.
And hopefully, in the coming months, I'll see any of you at Toryuken. Watch out for the brown guy dressed as Evil Ryu.
Watch out for me dressed up as Chica. There you go, nightmare fuel for y'all.
Oh no.
it pretty much consumed my life. So. Yeah.
All right. That wraps
See
it
ya.
up. That wraps it up for the revival episode of the Impromptu Podcast. I hope all of you who were watching and listening enjoyed it. And as always, we're filled with determination.
Hell yeah. See you later.
Deuces.